This is the Varsity Sports Show on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Your home for youth, high school, college sports, and you. Empowering education and enabling dreams.
Now here's your host, Vince D'Alicio.
Good morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show on ESPN 97.5, 92.5, Houston. My name is Vince D'Alicio, and so grateful to be able to bring you another week of programming here on this fine station. We've got some great things today. We like to say that every week, but this week in particular, we introduce a brand new team of interns for the summer. There's 8 of them in total. I think you're going to enjoy some insightful research programming as we get through this, what will hope to be an amazing summer. Today, we are going to feature the Intern Spotlight, as we do every week, with a brand new team member. His name is Thaddaeus Mitchell. He is out of the local area, Texas Southern University. He will tell you about himself. Next up, we will hear from our old friend Matt Malatesta with the Vype Media Report. Matt is back, and we'll do a recap of the track season. So I think you're going to enjoy our banter and Matt's keen insight on high school track here in Houston. Also, a report in our Coaches Spotlight segment. We will feature perennial number 1 softball team in the country, Katy High School head coach Kalum Haack. Looking forward to speaking to Coach Haack in our Coaches Spotlight segment. And, of course, little things here and there, some programming, some segments, and some insightful reporting on things going on in Houston. Stick around, folks. It's going to be a fun show. We are grateful that you are joining us on a Sunday morning. Like to make sure and remind you, if you are a student and you are interested in pursuing a career in media, please get in contact with us. We'd love to talk to you. If you're a faculty member, administrator, a parent, drop us a line. We're on social media, as is everybody else. You can find us on Twitter, or X as it's called now, at Varsity Show, or pretty much every other platform. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok. Just type out Varsity Sports Show. Once again, you can email us at info@varsitysportshow.com or most any social media platform.
The Varsity Sports Show presents Intern Spotlight.
Joining us, we've got a brand new group of amazing, talented journalists joining us this semester here on the Varsity Sports Show, and it is our goal, our intention every week to introduce one of them to you, our audience in Houston. Joining us today is somewhat of a local product. He's from right outside of Dallas, but he's attending school right up the street at Texas Southern University in Houston. His name is Thaddaeus Mitchell. Goes by Thad. Thad, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm great, thank you. So what we do on the Intern Spotlight is we talk a little history. We talk about your interests, how you got involved in journalism, and we kind of work chronologically up to present day, but we do that in the span of just a couple of minutes. So it's like a speed dating thing in this segment, and we'll go through it kind of fast. But let's get to know you a little bit. First of all, Thad, where exactly are you from? You said right outside of Dallas.
Yes, sir. I'm from Balch Springs, Texas. It's kind of around Mesquite area, too.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of the outskirts of Dallas, Texas.
All right. So you're a young man going through elementary school, high school. How did you get involved with an interest in sports journalism?
So I've always kind of been interested in sports. I played sports throughout middle school and high school too. But in high school we had electives. So some elective classes I took were video and audio production. Okay. And that's kind of where I gained my interest in kind of like the video part and the audio part of like radio and recording and broadcasting.
You know, it's interesting because a lot of electives they kind of force you to take, and even at that, you know, maybe maybe you were kind of forced because of the schedule, the convenience of a class falling at a particular, time in your schedule, and you took it, you fell in love with it. Was there a teacher or faculty that was instrumental in you developing this passion for media?
Yes, there definitely was. I can't remember her name at the time. It's kind of been a few years.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, there was a teacher. And we actually got to go to Seattle one year to it was a convention, a contest convention, and it was really fun. So I just liked everything about it.
Awesome. Okay, so you got to take a trip and you've just got this bug for media and writing and producing, and now you find yourself deciding on what college to go to. So why Texas Southern?
Well, first I went to Tyler Junior College just to get my basics out the way, but I ended up getting my associate's degree in radio and TV broadcasting there a semester early, and then I kind of transferred to Texas Southern. The reason I went to Texas Southern is because of my mom. She gave me that idea of going to HBCU.
Oh, and, okay.
Yeah, she went to Oklahoma University of Oklahoma. So
she was a Sooner. So okay, so let's talk about this. Let's explore this even more now. So the allure, the history, the tradition. Because there are a lot of fine colleges, HBCUs out there, and this one in particular drew your interest. Did it have a kind of a combination of the academics and the culture, the college culture that really drew you? What in particular about this particular school?
I would say it's more on the culture side.
Okay.
It's also closer to home, and it's in Houston, which is a big city, a great city to be in. So
yeah,
that's kind of the reason why this HBCU was chosen.
Awesome. And you don't regret the decision. You absolutely love it there, and it's been nothing but a good experience for you overall.
Yes, sir. I've learned a lot from being here. So, and I've met a lot of great people also. So.
Good. Let's talk about this semester now. We'll fast forward. We'll talk a little bit about what your goals are and how you ended up deciding on wanting to join our team.
Yes, sir. So I'm in a fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, and my frat brother Chris Severin was on this show. So he kind of introduced me to this show.
Okay.
I've kind of seen it from a class I took during last semester. And I did also think about doing a sports show because I am trying to get into sports broadcasting.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got interested.
So, word of mouth is a big thing. I always tell, our students that work with us, which are my fellow colleagues now, because you and I are colleagues this semester. I tell them, I say, look, go out and see if there's any of your peers that have worked with us before, and ask them everything. Ask them good, bad, indifferent, because, you've got to rely on your instincts, but it's also important to get opinions of people going through it. Don't just ask me, find out, and I think it's great. Chris Severin was with us last semester, did some great work with us. I'm glad that you had that experience and that insight from one of your peers, so that's wonderful. So this semester, what are some things that you plan on talking about? Because as we talked about in our last meeting, we are all storytellers here, regardless of whether it's a sports theme or not. So what do you think you want to uncover for our audience?
Yes, sir. So I really love watching basketball, football also. Basketball would be my main subject in covering, especially because it's playoff time at the moment. So that's something I would like to get into, but I also want to reach into other sports.
Okay. I tell you what, there's a lot in Houston. There is a lot of great things happening in Houston. There are national record-setting track teams here. There are softball teams. There are All-American #1 in the country softball team. I mean, there is so much to talk about here, and even just events and activities in the community to cover. And we to have someone that is local this summer. in Houston that is really ingrained in the pulse of the community, having going to school in the community is big, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's talk really quickly about long-range goals. So your semester with us is over in August. Next steps for you both in the immediate future and then beyond graduation.
Yes, sir. So my next semester should be my last semester in school, and I will be graduating my bachelor's. After that, during that semester, I'm trying to work with the football team at the school, doing a little broadcasting for them, and we were planning on making a show for that too. After graduation, I do want to work for a sports broadcasting network like ESPN or SportsCenter.
Sure.
And if not that, well, these are long-term goals. So
sure,
not that, it would be for like an NBA team or an NFL team. But I would be cool with working any local team too.
I think it'd be great. And speaking of the football team on your own campus at Texas Southern, how are they looking for this fall?
They're looking pretty good. I know somebody who recently tried out for a team and they made it, and I know they're a good person for the team, so I have high hopes for them.
Thaddaeus Mitchell out of Texas Southern University, a member of the Varsity Sports Show broadcast team. This summer, you're going to hear a lot of great reporting from Thad, and thanks so much, Thad. Looking forward to working with you, and thanks for joining us on the Intern Spotlight.
Yes, sir. Thank you, too.
You're listening to ESPN 97.5.
Hey everyone, I'm Thaddaeus Mitchell from Ball Springs, Texas, and I am a senior studying radio, television, and film in the Martin Luther King School of Communications at Texas Southern University. I am very excited to join the Varsity Sports Show this summer, and I will be giving you quality news on basketball, football, baseball, and all other sports.
When it comes to accidental injury cases in Harris County, there's one law firm that files nearly 3 times as many cases than any other firm. That's Daspit Law Firm. Why? Because they're the best at what they do, getting their clients the compensation they deserve for injuries they've wrongfully suffered in an accident. Lance Zerline here, and if you suffered an injury in an accident and you would like a free case review, call John Daspit now, 713-CALL-NOW. That's 713-CALL-NOW, or visit DaspitLaw.com.
Hello, Houston. Nick of Nick's Place here. So when you go out to have fun, food, and cocktails, do you like spending lots of money? No! I know most of you, like myself, don't have John and Lance kind of money, and we're not getting schmoozed with free food and drinks like a Yanni Damaris. That's why Nick's Place is a bar for the people. With our $9.99 all-you-can-eat pasta, soup, salad, and garlic bread lunch special, you'll have a good base to enjoy our Power Hours drink special every weekday till 6 p.m., featuring $4 beers and well drinks, $5 Ritas, and $6 glasses of wine. Are you kidding me? Weekends, it's the brunch special featuring $2 mimosas and $3 Bellinis. Look, I know you have lots of choices when it comes to going out and having a good time, and we all can't spend afternoons on the golf course drinking free beer, unless you're on Warehouse Live. And that's why there's Nick's Place, a bar for the people, by the people. Since 1993, same location, Rocky Ridge and Westheimer.
Joe George here. It's an exciting time in my life. My son just turned 3, Paul and I launched our show, and I just signed up for a gym membership at O Athletic in the Heights. O Athletic combines fitness, nutrition, and mindset, creating a community focused on helping you lead a healthy life. I'll have access to everything I need, 100 classes a week, more than that if I want them. Top-of-the-line recovery and equipment. I'll have a personal trainer as well. I'm getting healthy at O Athletic. Check them out at oathletic.com or O Athletic on Instagram.
Now back to the Varsity Sports Show with Vince D'Alicio
on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Time now for I Want Winners Coaching News.
I am joined by, we've had an opportunity, I will tell you, throughout the course of the past few weeks to feature some amazing coaches here. And today, I guarantee you will not disappoint. We have with us on the line Coach Kalum Haack of Katy High School. Coach, thanks so much for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show.
Well, I'm excited to be here.
Coach, we are excited to have you because there are so many questions and there are so many coaches, young coaches that have been doing this for a long time that would love to sit where you're sitting, coaching the number one ranked team in the country. And obviously it's been a grind, as I'm sure you've been at Katy for well over 20 years. Talk to us a little bit about the early years and building a program at Katy.
I'll tell you what, I've enjoyed every minute of it. I left the college coaching ranks after 16 years and wanted to coach my daughter and moved to Katy because I grew up close to Katy. I grew up in Hempstead, and it's just been, I've had some really good assistant coaches that have helped me build the program. I think we're very disciplined. I think we're a hard-working program. One of the funniest things I've ever experienced, I'm up in the press box at one of the Katy football games, and Mike Johnston, the retired head football coach, who I worked with for a long time, had a friend sitting next to him. He says, "Coach Haack, do you have a video of your girls doing mat room?" I said, "I do." And I showed the video to his friend. His friend couldn't believe it because we do mat room drills exactly like the football team does, because I had a friend of mine that was the football coach. He was my assistant coach, and he got us doing those drills. So we worked really, really hard throughout the years to get where we are right now.
Let's talk a little bit about building the program in the off season. Now, you mentioned mat drills. What's big now is club softball. Has it always been? Is it something that's evolved through the years? I mean, what has that been like? And has it been a challenge to a point where you're almost competing with club softball?
I don't look at it as a challenge, but club softball is huge because that's where the kids are getting recruited from. Is their club softball teams, because they play all summer long. Fortunately, the club softball programs take a break during our high school season, and we're not competing with them for the time with the players for practice or games. So right now they are just focusing on high school softball. Mm-hmm. And then when the summer hits, that's when they'll start their summer ball.
In terms of the evolution of your program through the years, you mentioned your staff, you mentioned, the growth and over time and how things have evolved and the growth of club as well. Do you feel as though a coach now has a more difficult job because you're having to wear so many different hats than you did, say, 20 years ago? Is it the same? Has it improved? How have things changed?
I tell you what, since I'm old school, plus I'm old, I haven't changed a whole lot. I think that because of how our program's been run for so long, I think when kids come to Katy Junior High and they know they're coming to Katy High School, they know the reputation that we have because most all of them come to our summer camp and they listen to the stuff that we talk about for our off season, and they know it's not very easy because of the running, the weightlifting, the training that we do, and I think that's one of the things that makes us stronger. And I know good and well, as sure as I'm sitting here, that there's been some players that get there and say, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to do this," and they find something else to do and go somewhere else. But we've done the same thing forever. So, and I think I truly believe it's part of the reason we're so successful.
As you look back on your career, is there one or two mentors when you first got into this business that you could point to and say, "Yeah, I'm doing this because of this person"? And who would that person have been?
Okay, well, I played football in college, and I played at Sam Houston, and I had one semester left to graduate. And I grew up in a little town called Hempstead, and we didn't have baseball, but my dad played fast pitch. So I started playing fast pitch when I was in junior high and played forever, and I loved it. So I went to the softball coach, introduced myself, said, "Hey, I play men's fast pitch, and I've got one semester left to graduate. I'd love to help out. I know most of the girls because I come to all your games. I can pitch. I can throw batting practice for you, hit fungo. I can do whatever you need. And he and I got together, and I became a grad assistant, and we won 2 Divisional II national championships. We finished second my third year. Then we both went to University of Nebraska and finished third at the College World Series our first year, lost to UCLA for the national championship second year. Then I went to University of Kansas, and we went to the World Series there. And then I started the program at the University of Alabama, and we won the SEC in our second year. And I said, you know what? I'm tired. I want to coach my kids. So that's the reason we moved to Katy and
went back home, basically.
Yep.
Coach, that's interesting, because you would think the path that most young people follow, if they are going to get into coaching, is yes, you played fast pitch, but you competed on the gridiron. And it's rare that you see especially someone that's still in college, getting right into a different sport, and let alone a sport that is dominated by the other gender.
Right. Well, I planned on coaching football. I was just going to help out, just so I'd have something to do in the afternoon, because I didn't have weight training anymore. I didn't have football practice anymore. And I thought it'd be fun. I knew most of the girls. And what I really thought was going to happen is he's going to make me pitch batting practice every day. And I was fine with that. And I tell you what, he was a very disciplined coach. I think he was ahead of his time in softball. And, I just learned so much from Wayne Daigle. When he got out of college coaching, he coached at Smithson Valley.
Yeah.
Didn't have an opportunity to play against him, but, I know he won a state championship too in softball. He's retired now.
Yeah.
So that's where I learned most of my softball from. And then also I have to give a shout out because my dad taught me a lot. He taught me a lot about hard work and, making sure you give it your all.
Yeah. Coach, let's fast forward to this season now, taking a helicopter snapshot of this year, and you have one blemish on your record earlier in the year, and it was a very narrow loss, but it was a loss nonetheless. Who was it against, and what were some of the takeaways, the teachable moments from that game that kind of helped propel you forward, that said, you know what, we're not going to do that again?
Sure. We lost to Wesselco 2-1. And they had a really good, scrappy softball team. So, we didn't lose to a poor team. They were very well coached, and they wanted to beat us more than we wanted to beat them. And I think the takeaway from that ball game was that, if we want to win a state championship, we cannot have a breakdown in pitching, defense, hitting, because we had numerous opportunities to drive in runs to tie and or win the game and didn't do it. And I think when you combine that with our loss to Bel Air last year, has really, really been a sore spot with us. And the embarrassment of that has really propelled us to do well this year. And I think probably one of the biggest things that it has done is it's helped develop leadership from our upperclassmen. And that's, to me, is the biggest thing that we've had all season long, is our leadership from especially Cameron Harrison, our pitcher.
Joined on the line by Katy High School softball coach, number 1 ranked team in the nation, Coach Kalum Haack. Some schools maybe that have been hot on the trail, that have been recruiting hard.
Okay.
Who are some schools out there that you want to give a special acknowledgement to, maybe that have consistently come in and believed in your mission and have really come in and recruited the area?
Well, my pitcher and my center fielder, my 2 seniors, they're both signed at Arkansas.
Okay.
My first baseman, who's a junior, committed to Montgomery Henderson, has committed to Oklahoma State, and he's been at a couple of our ball games in a practice. My second baseman, Avery Porter, who's a junior, she's committed to Missouri. My shortstop's a junior. She's committed to McLennan Junior College. My third baseman, Haley Gore, is a junior. She's committed to University of Houston. And my number 2 pitcher, Lauren Sokin, is committed to LSU. And then my right fielder and tied with number 2 pitcher is Ella Kate Smith. And there's usually a school coming on here almost every week to watch her play and her practice.
Amazing.
So she's, I just talked with Tim Walton, who's a friend of mine at Florida, was going to come up and watch her play last week. And he was coming on a Tuesday, and Monday she turned her ankle.
Oh.
So he didn't get to come, but she's batting, but not pitching.
Yeah.
But she's still hitting home runs.
Wow. Well, there you have it, folks. Coach Kalum Haack, number 1 ranked softball team in the country, Katy High School. Coach, thanks so much for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show, and congratulations to all the success that you've had. 2 state championships, national rankings, just constantly in the conversation year in and year out. 3 finals appearances with those 2 state championships, and continuing to do it at a high level year in and year out. So thanks again, Coach, for joining us.
Thank you very much. I've enjoyed it. Anytime.
ESPN 97.5.
Hi, y'all. My name is Riley Robertson, and I am originally from Dallas, Texas. I'm currently attending Arizona State University, majoring in both sports journalism and sports business. I'm so incredibly excited to start this semester with the Varsity Sports Show. There are a plethora of sporting events to cover this summer, such as the Stanley Cup playoffs, the College World Series, and the Summer Olympics. With all of these events, the summer is definitely going to be a fun one.
Hey, you got better things to do than think about your electricity bill, but how do you avoid the surprise of a high bill at the end of the month? Here's what I do. I rely on the guys over at Champion Energy. With their low-price, fixed-rate plans, there's never any surprises. Plus, the team at Champion sends me weekly usage reports with my projected bill amount. Again, no surprises. They also remind me when my contract is about to expire so I can lock in on low prices. Visit champion.energy to view a variety of fixed-rate offers. That's champion.energy. Promo code 1560. Promo code 1560.
Maestro Dobel. If you enjoy tequila, this is the name to know. I'm drinking the Añejo right now, and this is what I love about Maestro Dobel. It's the variety of excellent tequilas they've created, all with different flavor profiles. The Silver, Reposado, the Añejo, Diamante, and Humido all show off Maestro Dobel's mastery of the art of tequila making, so you get a variety of complex aromas, flavors, and finishes. You're going to truly love making your cocktails with Maestro Dobel. Find Maestro Dobel anywhere liquor is sold. Maestro Dobel.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code KIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
It's time for the Vype Sports Report with Vype Media's Matt Malatesta on the Varsity Sports Show.
All right, guys, it is time for the Vype Media Report with our old friend Matt Malatesta. The man is larger than life, and joining us today, the expert in all things high school sports. Matt, today, we had talked about this. We thought maybe we'd kind of give a helicopter view, a recap of some highlights of the track and field season, and I think you've got a couple of dandies.
Oh, Vince, Houston is called Speed City for a reason. The city of Houston is home to the 4A, 5A, and 6A boys state champion in UIL track,
wow,
which is awesome. And the girls 4A team, Iowa Colony. So Iowa Colony, a new school out in Alvin ISD. They're only about 3 years into varsity competition. They swept the Class 4A state championship with some uber talent that won the boys and the girls team awards. And then Fort Bend Marshall won their third consecutive state championship. And then Atascocita won its first state championship in amazing fashion, in which they kind of broke the internet, right? Wow. Jelani Watkins transferred from Klein Forest after winning a state championship at Klein Forest. He transfers to Atascocita and leads Atascocita to a state championship. He wins the 100, the 200, and was the anchor leg for the 4x100 team, which set an all-time national record.
Well, let's start with that one because that still amazes me. Atascocita with a national record. Let's run through and maybe shout out the individual contributors to that 4x1 and maybe talk a little bit about where each one are headed if all four are seniors.
Well, yeah, they're not all seniors. Now let's start with Jelani Watkins. He is the star of the state of Texas in track. He is headed to play football and run track at LSU. Wow. I'm not sure. He's definitely not as good a football player as he is as a track star. This guy's an elite talent. He is a potential future Olympian. He's on basically the Mount Rushmore of Houston area high school track athletes in the history of Houston. That also has a guy named Matthew Bowling, who is going to be in the Olympics this year. Another guy named Donald Brew, who won Olympic gold at Klein Forest. And, Houston's so rich in talent that the Mount Rushmore to get on it is virtually impossible. Devon Chain is the fourth. He went to Fort Bend Marshall, and now he's in the NFL. So Jelani Watkins stole the show. But at Katy Tompkins, there's an athlete named Jaden Keys. Jaden Keys racked up so many points because he did so many different events. He became the 6A meet, the UIL meet athlete of the weekend, which was kind of shocking because he did so many events and he won so many events.
Yeah.
He's a tremendous hurdler. Then you got Mason Dossett, another tremendous hurdler from Ridgepoint. He is another guy that plays football. He's going to go play football. I believe he's going to Baylor, and another special athlete. He won a couple of state titles this weekend as well. So it goes on and on. It's just so cool to see, Houston has been dominated a little bit in football.
Right. But
track, Houston dominates.
We had, and joined on the line with our Vype Media report is Matt Malatesta. We also featured Coach Erica Alexander out of Clearbrook, and she talked a little bit about her program, her league. How competitive?
Clearbrook. Well, Clearbrook is in, they're in District 24, 6A, very competitive district. They're kind of down south. And they're running against the likes of Dickinson and Clear Lake and Clear Springs and Clear Falls. But yes, very competitive districts. But they kind of weave into the regionals, then get to state. They didn't have anybody reach the state meet. But down in that area, you had, like I was saying, Iowa Colony is down south, very competitive. Shadow Creek nearly won the 5A the 6A Girls Championship. Elite runners down at Shadow Creek as well. But what's kind of cool is it's all over the city, right? The Woodlands is really good. They won a couple of state track meets over the years. Then you've got, Fort Bend Marshall way out west. And then, now you've got on the east side, you have Atascocita. North Shore's won a couple. Summer Creek has won a couple. They're over in the same district as North Shore and Atascocita. So it's kind of spread around the city, but that south area of Houston, that Clearbrook area, very talented also. And don't sleep on the private school ranks also. Okay, check this out.
Sure.
Episcopal High School won the SPC boys and girls track meet. They have the nation's #1 long jumper in Carson Gordon, who's going to run track but play football at UCLA. He is the all-time leading triple jumper in the history of high school sports, not in Houston, not in Texas, but in the country.
Wow.
In the history of triple jumps in high school, he's #1. Carson Gordon, amazing athlete. Then you go down to the west side, Fort Bend Christian Academy, win state. Their girls have won back-to-back state titles. Dion Minor is the coach over there. He ran at Baylor. He was also an alternate in the Olympic teams. He's got a daughter named Bailey Minor, who's going to be a superstar. She kind of carried the weight, and Fort Bend Christian Academy, the Eagles won their 3rd straight girls private school championship.
Well, this is how good Matt Malatesta is. This is total freestyle. We did not rehearse any of this. Matt, I'm going to throw another one at you. Tell me about decathlon in Texas.
It's not an event. Decathlon is not a UIL event.
Okay.
In the state of Texas. There are some kind of steeplechase. It's not a UIL event, but kids do run it on the
club site,
the summer track circuit.
Yeah.
So it is events during that, and people can go run in college and do that in college, but it's just not a UIL sanctioned event.
Okay.
Hey, going back, you talked about Atascocita.
Yes.
Jelani Watkins was the name, right? But Torrey Blaylock is the lead. He starts that race for that 4x100 team. He's a running back, just a junior, committed to OU. So you got an LSU, you got an OU, you got Landon Fontenot, Jordan Parker, and Jackson Norris all kind of are in the mix on those relay teams. And these are some elite college talented runners who are really breaking times that kids in college are running right now.
Wow. We were talking about multiple sport athletes, track and football, and multiple event athletes. Who would you say is the all-around best track athlete in Houston?
Man, people would argue Jaden Keys from Tompkins because he does a number of events. But when I'm looking on social media, okay? Mm-hmm. And Shannon Sharp has a massive, massive following. Shannon Sharp, he does, TV, radio, ESPN, has his own podcast. He is basically talking about Jelani Watkins on his show and saying, look at the times on this guy. Jelani Watkins from Atascocita has got to be the #1 guy. He's won 9 state championships in his time running in the city of Houston. So what's funny is that, Shannon Sharp is talking to Ocho Cinco, and Ocho Cinco's like, I don't believe it. I need to go race this guy. And Jelani Watkins, of course, with social media is shouting him out saying, yeah, come on down to Houston and bring Tyreek Hill with you. And we'll run against all of them. So this guy has become a national track force, that he is that guy in Houston.
Greatest female track athlete right now in Houston.
Oh man, I would say Mackenzie Collins. She is from Shadow Creek. What's cool about her is she's an insane volleyball player. She's a kid that is committed to Texas A&M for volleyball and will run track there. But she's a girl that's very versatile, jumps, runs, does relays. She anchored Shadow Creek to almost their first ever state championship. They were very close. They came in second.
He's Matt Malatesta from Vype Media. This is the Vype Media Report, going over some of the highlights of track and field here in the spring of 2024. Matt, thank you so much for joining us, and glad to have you back.
You got it, back from Europe. Boom.
It's a little European vacation. Thanks, Matt. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, we'll see you.
ESPN 97.5.
Hello everyone, my name is Douglas Santo and I am a sports journalism major at the Cronkite School at ASU. I am extremely excited to work with the varsity sports team this summer and bring you upbeat and informative sports stories. With the MLB in full swing, the NBA and Stanley Cup playoffs in motion, the Olympics later this summer, and the WNBA underway in the Caitlin Clark era, this summer will be a blast.
Innovation has always been the hallmark of Pro Dunk basketball goals. Their latest innovation is a game changer. John Granato here. Pro Dunk goals have been adjustable for years, allowing you to raise and lower the height of your goal. But now you can use their patent-pending Lightning Adjust feature to change the height 10 times faster. It's so easy and fun to do, the kids will love it. Check out the new Lightning Adjust feature at ProDunk.com. The best basketball goals on the planet, ProDunk.com.
Tired of costly pothole repairs? What if you could build a stronger road or parking lot that is less expensive to construct, 75% cheaper to maintain, and diverts a huge number of end-of-life tires from your local landfill? Sound too good to be true? Check out Third Rock Renewable's sustainable solution called Mechanical Concrete and end your pothole problems for good. Call 713-305-0507. That's 713-305-0507 or visit thirdrockrenewables.com for more details.
Hi, my name is Scott McGrath and I am the Chief Bug Killer at McGrath Pest Control. In the Bible, you will often hear the story about Noah's Ark and how all of the creatures of the world loaded up on his boat in boy-girl pairs while the rest of the world flooded. And thanks to Noah, they were able to repopulate Earth after it stopped with all that rain. Well, if that had been the story of Scott McGrath's Ark, I would have went into the section of the boat with all the insects and taken a flamethrower to it. The hyenas and cats and crocodiles and unicorns would have heard my maniacal laughter over the popping and hissing of a 2x2 barbecue. But since I was not on that boat, our world is riddled with nuisance pests, and I've made it my mission to play the world's biggest game of catch-up. Please give me the honor of exterminating ants, roaches, and pretty much anything that is alive that you don't want around your home or office. Call McGrath Pest Control at 281-469-8240 or visit McGrathPestControl.com. Our costs are low. For a good time, follow me on Twitter at McGrathPest. Thank you.
Hi, this is Sean with Greenlight Offer, and I buy houses cash. Call me today, 832-779-4000. I'll buy your house for cash and pay you cash up front. I buy houses in any price range and any location in the Houston area. Do you own a house that needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying fixer-upper houses. Do you have a tenant living in your property? Not a problem. I'll buy your house with the tenant in it. Do you think your property would be difficult to sell? Easy. We provide assistance for any situation for houses in any condition. Do you want the best price for your house? Done. I'll beat any offer you have on the table. Remember, if you need cash fast, I'll pay you cash up front. Give me a call today. Sean at Greenlight Offer, buying houses. Call me at 832-779-4000. That's 832-779-4000. Call for Sean with Greenlight Offer, and I'll get your Greenlight number on your house today. Woo!
Now back to the Varsity Sports Show with Vince DeLisio
on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, ESPN 97.5, 92.5 Houston. Some more great reporting coming up. We're going to hear once again from our very own Thad Mitchell, Texas Southern University, who's going to talk a little Houston Rockets basketball. Then we're going to transition and hear from our very own ambassador for the Women's National Football Conference, Coach Carrie Walters. She is head coach of the Las Vegas Silver Stars. She's going to talk a little bit about the success of her team, big win last week at Utah, and also kind of a state of the league in general. Thad, take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Thaddaeus Mitchell reporting from Texas Southern University for the Varsity Sports Show. The Houston Rockets ended their season with an even 41 wins and 41 losses, landing them in 11th place in the Western Conference. As they look to the future, the Rockets hold the third lottery pick in the upcoming draft, a perfect opportunity that can shape their trajectory for years to come. The significance of this pick cannot be overlooked, considering the uncertainty of when the team might next have such an opportunity. The third pick in the draft has historically produced NBA stars such as Michael Jordan, James Harden, Luka Doncic, Carmelo Anthony, and Joel Embiid. Rockets have many opportunities. They could trade the pick for a proven player, leverage it for future picks, or select any good talent from this year's draft class. In the latest mock draft, UConn's Donovan Clingan and Kentucky's guards Rob Dillingham and Reed Sheppard are among the top prospects predicted to be strong fits for the Rockets. Donovan Clingan, who helped lead his team to an NCAA championship victory, is a physical presence at 7'2" with a reported 7-foot, 7-inch wingspan, making him one of the largest players in the NBA draft pool. Rob Dillingham, a 6'3" guard, stands out for his exceptional ball handling skills and ability to create scoring opportunities for himself and his teammates. Meanwhile, Reed Sheppard, also a 6'3" guard, brings dynamic shot-making versatility to the table, with a shooting percentage of over 50% from beyond the arc this season. I'm Thaddeus Mitchell from Texas Southern University, and thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show.
Who says that women can't rule the world? The Las Vegas Silver Stars of the WNFC are changing the game in women's sports. This is the Silver Spotlight. The Silver Spotlight. Now here's Silver Stars head coach Carrie Walters.
Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show. Congratulations. Big win last week at Utah against the Falcons. Nail biter. You eked it out 15-12. Give us kind of a recap of that game. What went well?
Offense went well. I mean, we, like I said, the last time we kind of chatted, our offense has been kind of slow to meld, to kind of mesh, to understand. We used to be a highly passing team. Now, with AG, the Adriana Gutierrez addition, and with Calix Lewis, we're really trying to run the ball. So we've put a big kind of onus on our offensive line. Last week against Utah, they stepped up. We really did a good job. And then defensively, we just played exactly what we knew Utah was going to come out in. So we gave assignments. We didn't always do our assignment, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And we just ended up in the right spots to make tackles to, save touchdowns and such.
Well, it's nice that you've got the two-headed monster of Calix and Adriana. Adriana stepped up in a big way for you. She was your player of the game this past week. Give us a kind of a recap of her play.
So the thing that's amazing about AG is that she runs like she weighs 250 pounds. There's never a play where, she gets hit and she just goes down. There's some clips against the Utah team who's a great team, right? Great team defensively as well, but, she literally ran bodies over. So I think she had 20 carries, 150 something yards and a touchdown. So that's what I appreciate the most about AG is that, she's a team player for sure. She'll block when she needs to block. But she also, when you put the rock in her hand, she's a big time power runner for how fast, shifty, and small she is.
Now, we're starting to close in on the end of the regular season here, and the race in the division is neck and neck. You are sitting literally right behind the Seattle Majestics in the standings. They're sitting at 3-2. You are at 2-3. You're hosting Seattle this week. What can you tell us about the Majestics?
They're a great team. They love to throw the ball. They have a great quarterback. She's young. She's got a cannon. They run the ball well. So, they really kind of have the whole package. So it'll be a good game. I'm excited for this week because it really is do or die for both teams.
Coach, you are an ambassador of sorts for the entire league, at least with our audience, because we have so many listeners in the state of Arizona, in Nevada, in Texas. What's your assessment of the league overall? How are things going?
I think this season, we had a 5-year plan. This is year 5. We're doing the things that we said. I think as far as competition, this is by far the most competitive year we've had. I think the free agency has really helped some teams and hurt others. But again, that's kind of the growing pains. Just like in the NFL, you don't know if you're being traded. So I think as far as the league goes, we're moving in the right direction. We're adding a flag kind of division. We'll start with some tournaments this year at the playoffs and at the 9 Cup. So I think as far as health goes, the league is doing really well. And like I said, the competitiveness of the games, there's been very few, like 50-0 blowouts. Everything's been close. The race for the playoffs is close. It's just been a really super exciting year for football.
Nice to see with the parity, it definitely improved throughout the league from top to bottom. And Coach Carrie Walters, representing the Las Vegas Silver Stars of the Women's National Football Conference, and an ambassador of sorts for our audience. Coach Walters, thank you so much. Good luck tonight hosting the Seattle Majestics, your final regular season home game at Faith Lutheran Stadium in Summerlin, Nevada. And congratulations on all the success that you've had and that you continue to have. And thanks again for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Time for Vince's final word.
And just like that, another show in the books. Wow. That went by fast. But, when you enjoy what you do, that happens. Want to send out a special thank you. And just to recap, this week's show, I had a chance to visit with Thad Mitchell in our Intern Spotlight. Thad, of course, out of Texas Southern University, studying journalism. Talented young man. Looking forward to hearing from him, as well as his 7 peers throughout the summer. And I got to tell you, this internship, it's spreading. We are welcoming interns all summer long from Arizona State, from UNLV, from Florida, from Wisconsin, from San Diego State, and, of course, Texas Southern University. In our Coaches Spotlight segment, big thank you to Katy High School legendary softball coach Kalum Haack, who is number 1 in the country with his team and has been doing it year in and year out for over 20 years. Very, very consistent, big powerhouse program, receiving a lot of attention. In our Vype Media Report, big thank you to our old friend Matt Malatesta, who covered track and field, gave us an overview, a recap in a best of the best, spotlighting best boys, best girls performances and athletes. Thanks, Matt. We look forward to visiting with you throughout the summer, picking your brain and gaining some key insight on all great things high school here in the Houston area. And, of course, a visit with Coach Carrie Walters from the Las Vegas Silver Stars of the Women's National Football Conference, receiving a lot of attention across the country. This league has been at the forefront of women's tackle football and doing a lot of great things and getting a lot of attention. Congratulations to Coach Walters for that. Once again, want to remind you of the internship opportunities here at the Varsity Sports Show. Folks, any students that are interested in pursuing careers in media, give us a call. Reach out to us on social media. We're on all major platforms. Twitter, you can find us at Varsity Show. On Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, just type in Varsity Sports Show. We'll come right up. DM us, add us, and really get in contact with us. Faculty, administration, even parents. If you have students that are interested, or if you'd like to start an internship program with your own school, get in touch with us, and we would love to participate. We are growing across the country, but we're always looking for talented people to join our team. Thanks to our producer in studio, Michael Carell, and, of course, ESPN 97.5, 92.5 in Houston for allowing us this platform, this format, on Sunday morning for an hour. And thank you, our listeners, for tuning in every Sunday to the Varsity Sports Show and letting us into your hearts and into your minds as we bring you all great things happening in Houston. On behalf of the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Vince DeLisio. See you next Sunday morning at 9 here on ESPN 97.5, 92.5 Houston. Go Varsity.
ESPN 97.5.